Hello, my name is John Rallison, and this is a quick tutorial on how to create individualized tests using Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. And of course, this could be used for anything you want to individualize the tests for. Could be literature, whatever. I am going to do it for math and physics because that's what I teach. And that is one way to minimize students borrowing answers from each other because everyone has different questions, right? So the way this basically works is we're going to set up a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet's going to have all our data in it. And then we are going to have a Microsoft Word document that is a mail merge document. And then we'll pull the data from the Excel file into the mail merge document. And once we've got it all set up, then we'll actually do the mail merge, and then we'll be able to print out those individualized tests. So without further delay, let's go. So here we have on right over here, this one is a very simple Excel file. And when you set up an Excel file for a mail merge, the first row has to be your header names. Don't put any spaces in those names. If you want to use a space, you can, but you don't use an actual space. Just use an underscore for a space. So don't put any spaces in those names. So here I have several fields that we'll be using in our mail merge document. I have a name field. That way the name prints automatically on top of the student's test. You could just serialize it if you want, test 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, or you can put their names, whatever's easier. And then, so you're going to need a little naming convention. For me, I just put 1. This is question 1, and this is the X variable. And this is question 1, and it's the Y variable. And then, of course, question 1, the answer. Because if you don't use Microsoft Excel to compute the answer, then you're defeating the whole purpose, because the idea is not to have to calculate the answers for, 23 tests of 20 questions each manually, right? Let Excel do it. So then this is the X value for question 2 and the Y value for question 2 and the answer for question 2. And you can have as many variables or whatever you want to do. And I'm sure as we do this, the creative possibilities in your mind will begin to explode. So question 1 happens to be, the essence of this question is, what is X times Y? And you can set that up, of course, as a simple, X times Y. What is 3 times 4? You could say, Ellen has 3 boxes with 4 marbles in it, and then you have the answer there. And the answer is where you have to do the calculation, and that's a separate tutorial altogether, which you'll have to figure out if you don't already know how to build equations in Microsoft Excel. So question 2 is some form of this divided by that, of X divided by Y. And I chose very simple ones just because I didn't want to obfuscate the process of building this mail merge with a bunch of complicated equations. So that is our mail merge and data file in Excel, and it is called mail merge data. And you're going to need that. You're going to need to know the name and location of this file. So here I have a document that I set up, and this is called mail merge math test because that's what we're building, right? So you've got the menu along the top here, and I have gone to mailings. So there's home, and then over this far about is mailings. The first thing you're going to have to do is connect the spreadsheet to this document. And actually before that, you just want to hit this one here, start mail merge. And then you want to do normal Word document. If you do any of these others, they will build you a new document formatted for that thing, like for a letter, for envelope, for label, whatever. So make it a normal mail merge document. Not sure you actually have to do that since I already have the document started, but you can do that if you want. The next thing you need to do is select the recipients. Now this is mail merge, and the idea is to write letters that are personalized, but we're not doing that. So basically select recipients is the same thing as select your database for this mail merge. So click down there, and then you can either type in a new thing, which you don't want to do because you're efficient and you've already built your spreadsheet. So you use an existing file, and then you're going to have to go find that file. I put this file on the desktop so I'd make it easy for me to find. And there's our mailmerge math test. That's the Word file we're working with. And there's mailmerge data. That's this file over here. Notice that I can work with it while it's open, which is nice. I don't have to close it. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to select open. And then if there were multiple sheets here, it would ask me which sheet I wanted to use. And there might be reasons to use multiple sheets. Maybe you're going to keep all your quarter one or unit one math tests in one spreadsheet. I don't know. That's up to you. That's not what this is about either. So that's already selected. Okay. So now we have connected the two to we've connected the Excel spreadsheet to the Word document. So then I can begin inserting merge fields. So the field names are taken from this top row. And now, so we put the cursor where we want the merge field to be, and I'm going to insert the name here just because that's simple, easy, and it's clear for anybody who's learning this. So I go to Insert Merge Field, and now see I have a list of things. This list of merge fields matches the list of column titles on my data file over here. So let's go back over here, insert merge field. I am not exactly sure what the M underscore means here, but it doesn't matter because it still works. So I'm going to insert name. And now that says that in each page of the final merge, it's going to put the student's name there. And you can preview the results by hitting this button called Preview Results. So I'm going to click that. This is a toggle. It toggles on and off, and you can leave it on or off while you're building the spreadsheet. While you're building this document. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to toggle it on. So now there's Bob, and then this area here, see this number and these arrows, that allows you to cycle through the test. You can see that changing. Jim, Sue, Bob. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off preview results because I don't want to see it while I'm building it. So now we're gonna build the math test, right? So there's a couple things. You can just do things straight up. So I'll start out with, maybe this is a real simple math test. So I want my X field, right? Times, because remember that's what this is. My Y field equals, and now I've got a question, right? I'm going to hit preview results, and there we are. Bob is getting asked what's 3 times 4. Sue is getting asked what's 4 times 5. And Jim is getting asked what's 2 times 3. And you've got the answer key already here on your spreadsheet. You can insert the answer field here if you want to. M1, one answer right there. And you'll have the answers as well. But, you know, most of us don't put the answers in our tests. So that's the simplest thing. I'm going to turn off preview results, and we can see those there. Now, if you want to do a word problem, you can just use those same fields in a word problem. Let's say it's marbles in a box. And we'll say Ellen has, how many boxes? We'll say the X value is the boxes, right? So we're going to insert X, 1X boxes. And in each box, there are not rules. You can do rules. That's all complicated, though. You don't want that. Insert merge field. 1Y marbles. How many marbles does Ellen have in total? And now you've got a nice customized word question. And of course, this could be anything. I mean, you can do projectile motion problems from physics or whatever. I'm going to hit preview results again, just because I like to see it happen. So now we have Ellen has 4 boxes, and in each box there are 5 marbles. And that's Sue's question. Bob's question is Ellen has 3 boxes, and inside there are 4 marbles. Jim's question is Ellen has 2 boxes, and inside there are 3 marbles. So everybody's got different questions. Excellent. One more thing before we're done. We're going to do the second one, and this is a division one. So we're going to use the equation editor, and if you don't know how to use the equation editor, you'll see very simply how to do it, which might be enough to get you started if you don't know how to do it. But again, using the equation editor is another tutorial. So before I make the next, if I hit enter right there, it's just going to do the next line. So I'm not going to do that because I want a space. So here's a little extra thing for you. If you hold down the shift key and then hit enter, it gives you a carriage return without a new paragraph. So that's just a carriage return, and notice it didn't make a new number, but it's on the next line. So now I hit enter, and the spacing is nicer. So I've added a space at the end of the paragraph manually by hitting shift enter. So now we're going to make a division problem, because you remember over here, it is this on question 2, it's x divided by y. And you could just do that, and then put the divided sign in, and then do that, and then do equals, right? Preview that, and that would be okay, but it's not very pretty, and it's not good. I wouldn't want it. I hate trying to solve math problems that are laid out like straight across the line instead of a proper mathematical format. So I'm going to use the equation editor. I'm going to drag this open to make sure the equation editor actually appears up here on the ribbon. So I'm going to hit home, and then then I'm going to hit insert because I'm going to get to the right menu. Over here we have equation. So I'm going to insert an equation. Now, notice the equation menu is now available on the menu bar because you have an equation here. This equation is a simple fraction. You can see you can build as complicated an equation as you want in the equation editor. Mine's a simple fraction. So I click the down arrow here, and I find the fraction that I want, which is just this one. And then we're going to need an equal sign because that's what we want them to answer, right? So now I just put the cursor here, and I go back to mailings, and I go back to insert merge field, and I'll find, okay, so I want, that's question 2, x divided by, insert merge field, question 2, y, and now I've got that, right? And that looks good. It's perhaps a little small, we'll see. And now I'm going to hit preview results one more time. And there we go. Okay, so Jim's test has this Ellen with 2 boxes with 3 marbles each, and then 19 divided by 20. I'm going to slide this back over so you can see that spreadsheet again. That's Jim's test. Sue's test has 18 divided by 21, and Bob's test has 17 divided by 19. Now this is for me, I'm kind of visual, so I don't like the fact that these numbers are smaller than the rest. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to go like that, and go back to the home menu. I'm going to bump those up 1 there. Now the size matches everything else, right? And that's it. Again, you could stick the answer field in there if you want, or not. But you can see that, back to mailings menu, you can see that everybody has their own test. Now, the last step is, what do we do with this? How do we get that to a form that we can hand it out? Well, over here on the right, left to right, right? Finish and merge. So I'm going to click this, and it's going to open up a window. It's going to give me a little drop-down menu. And it's going to allow me actually to go back in and edit individual documents if I wanted to. I don't know what you would need that for. You might want to, if you have a particular student who needs extra instruction, you could go back and do that. But I'm going to print documents. So, and I want to print them all, not just a range of documents, not just the current one. I'm going to hit OK. Now, if depending on how your school is set up or whatever, you might be able to send this directly to the printer or whatever. Or Microsoft always has print to PDF, which is what I'm going to do so you can see the results because they're so beautiful. Print to PDF. Okay, so now this is going to print this whole thing to a PDF, and you will see a PDF. I'm going to say math test merged. And now we'll see a PDF of the whole thing put together. And now we'll see a PDF of the whole thing put together. Oh, it must not open it automatically. So I'm going to have to go find it here. Where are you? Okay, it must be on the other page. Must be over here. No, I should have a window, right? I should have a window that is asking me where I want to save it because I didn't give it a file name or anything. So let's just do that again. Problems happen and they need to be solved, right? So what did I do wrong? That's the question. Print to PDF. That's correct. Perhaps I accidentally hit cancel instead of OK. Yeah, well, that's what no, there it is. It is on the desktop. I must just not be seeing it. I apologize for that. Math test merged. Math test merged. There it is. Okay. We'll pull that open and just let you see it, and then we'll be done. You obviously could just quit right now if you want to. All right, so there's Bob's test. And he's got Ellen's with 3 boxes and 4 marbles, 17 divided by 19. There's Sue's box. She has 4 boxes. Sue's test. She has 4 boxes and 5 marbles in question 1 and 18 divided by 21. And there is Jim's test. Ellen has 2 boxes with 3 marbles and 19 divided by 20 in her test. So there we go. 3 different tests. The answer key is already there for you because you did it in Excel and you built it in Microsoft Word and then hit finish and merge to print it to a PDF, which you can then, print out or whatever you need to do. That's all I got for you. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.